This middle TV is off. Use the remote controller to put it on. This one. So you will see that there are coins under the hand. Then you see a small leaf growing out of the coins. That means that owo ni keke business. Money is the wheel of business, no matter how small. He just told us that he spent over $1 million to replace generator. And that is what happened. I remembered in my small business, it was an idea by somebody. He brought the idea, let us do this, let us do that. And they needed finance. I didn't have the idea, because that's one thing about businesses. Businesses have various legs. Somebody may have idea, but there is no money. Somebody have certain facilities that you needed, but the one that has the idea does not have that facility. Then somebody has the money to back it up, but he does not have the idea or anything. That's how you see partnership coming in. All of them have something they are contributing to the business. That's how partnership work. Oh, you have the idea, but you don't have the money. This one has the CAC document that can make that idea to come, to be legal. But he too does not have the money. Then somebody has the money, they have to take the idea to that person that has the money. Oh, we have this idea. We have this thing to do. Do you key into it? Then when that person keys into it, then it now becomes a partnership. Then all of them are now working to do things. And I tell you that if we have that, and people are sincere with themselves, and that's one thing about business. When there is sincerity, there is the turnover of business is something sometimes you can't comprehend. What we talk about, the turnover, when they start turning over, you can't comprehend what it can give. So the first source I know everybody talks about is personal. Personal. And personal here, I broke it into two. Number one, I call it self. There is self and partnership. What is self? You are having a business. You go to your bank account. Do I have enough money to do this? If I have, I say, okay, let me go ahead. After doing all what our brother Kuti George have said, what will be what will be the profit? What is can I get the products and so on? You have done all your something feasibility study. You see, the mistake we make, no matter how small the business, you must do what we call feasibility study. If you don't know how to do it, there have young people or friends all around, can you do a small feasibility study about this business? If you look at Smarty, that's Smarty Malt. I look at the person, he's so smart. Smarty Malt down there. Why? He just brought Smarty Malt to a place, and I know what was the main driving force. Estate here, estate here, estate there. The Jolu court is there, and you just put it there. They can't get it. It's like bringing all the shops in VI. Since you can't go to VI, why are you going to VI? Let me put it, or going to Ikeja, let me put it here. And you will see the caliber of people that goes into the place. I've been there many times. You see them. I've seen actresses. I've met Chioma, this actress, Chioma, I've met her, even when we spoke. I've met all these big people that live around this area. That's where they shop, the men and the women. I said the man was so smart. He thought fast. I know he will have made, he's a retired banker, he will have made that money over. The money, because what he does was just putting 50 naira on every product, and all these people coming does not mind this 50 naira. Once they get the product, just as Pastor Shiambola said, once it's available, they don't care the extra 50 naira. And you see what that 50 naira turns to in a month, what it turns to in 2 months, and so on. So it's safe. If you use safe, you look at your balance, your account. Can I do this business? You go ahead. And that was as a danger. I remember Brother Odolami was talking to us somewhere. Self without accountability is danger. You know, I know he told us this story that somebody will come. The Baba will say, Efun, give it to that person. It's his business, it's his money. So when a friend just come, give him, before he goes, give him that carton or something. And they were giving. So when the time came, when the auditors now came, they now did, they just say, Baba, you have made a loss. Baba said, I didn't make any loss. Baba, all these ones you are giving to people free. Say, this is not my business. You know, because he believed that he pumped the whole money, and he can just tell the sales people, Mama, but all those cartons has the value is having your business. And when they sold, they now ended up telling you, Baba, although it's your business, anyone you take, we are going to be debiting the account. Before he knew that it's not that because he's safe, you are not making anything. So self has its own danger when it's unsafe. Although it's the easiest, everybody will say, I prefer my money. If anything happens, it's me that feels the pain. Now, there is the partnership. The one I started with, you know, about 3 people coming, it's not partnership. All of them coming together. Some is idea, you only sell your idea. Some is that, okay, bring 80% of the money, I will put 20%. Some is various form of partnership. It must be done. All these things are done with written agreements. I remember before we started our own, there were written agreements, and these are brothers and deacons and pastors. They sat, but they still wrote because all of them understood what it means to write things down. It's not that it's on friendship basis. No. Everything was well written down and signed and approved by all of them. Then number 2, how do finance, various form of finance. Number 2 is loan. Loan. I have a lot of things to say about loan because I know that one. Loan. Then I put there by individuals. And who did I put as individuals? Corporate societies. Cooperative society. You know, COOP. If you go to a COOP society, you say you want something, it's a loan. They will be deducting that thing that is cooperative and very effective. Very, very effective. People where they have a lot and they are well managed. Cooperative is very good. From friends, you can say, borrow me 2 million, borrow me 500,000, borrow me, if they want to give, if they have. Then number 3 is Shylock lenders. You know those ones? There are many now. Shylock lenders. That if I give you this, you are going to give me 120%. They are there. People do that. But one major problem about that is that any loan you are going to take, just as he said, how do you repay must be part of what you are going to think about. By my own rule of thumb, before I get to the other slide, if you take a loan, let your loan term be very short. That's always my own rule. If you are going to take a loan, what are you taking the loan for? After you have done that, I believe in short-tenured loan payoff. I will tell you this because I want to make it as practical as possible. When I bought my house in Ibadan, I look at my account, being a financial person, look at both the soft and the hard. And I say, okay, if I buy with the soft, it's okay. Soft is unstable. Hard is stable currency. That means convertible currency. That is your hard currency. You look at it, my hard currency, if I pay, can pay for the house, but there is a problem as a financial person. If I pay with dollar or with pounds, I convert it and buy the house, I will have a problem. I have to return this money back into the account later because I know that there is more money coming in 2 months' time. And I don't want the house to be sold. I want to buy the house. There's a problem I'm having now. If I sell dollar, if I'm going to buy dollar, the way dollar is going, dollar will have gone up. Then I'm going to get little dollar back. Supposing I said $20,000, maybe by the time I get the money, I will discover that whatever naira I get, by the time I'm going to get $20,000 back, I will have, it will now be, I have to now pay more naira to get it because of the way the forex thing is going on. Because dollar is fixed, it's convertible. I kept it. I don't want to touch it because I'm going to lose if I have to sell it. So what may make me to do is to go for a loan, a short-term loan, because I know 2 months' time I'm going to pay off. And this just to collect a loan for 2 months, the bureaucracy, my status and my value, they know the account. The bureaucracy I went through just to get that loan, and just a little, I discovered that going for loan, that's one. Eventually, I was given. I got paid for the house. Then I discovered that for loan is only the first month I enjoyed. We are using floating rate. Even when you sign the contract, as you sign, the bankers are your friend when you want to take loan. That's why I said I'm going to tell you as a technocrat. They will be your friend. They will do everything. But when it's time for you to pay or you default, you will see the bankers in another form. You won't believe that this is the person you have been, because that's, if they don't do that, they have seen so many things, they have to be so hard. I discovered that it was only the first month, the deduction from my salary. I said, yes, this is what we agreed. By the following month, there was change in interest rate. The MPR, what we call the MPR, monetary policy team, they start at CBN, changed the interest rate. Now we have agreed on certain interest rate. I've agreed with my bankers, I signed. The next thing I saw was that they sent me a letter, say because due to the new MPR rate, I was wondering, which MPR rate? Already we have agreed on my rate before this new one. By the next time they deducted, I was looking, you don't even want me to survive. The amount they deducted was so much that I was now asking myself, the best is to quickly liquidate, pay off this loan and move away. Because loan, as much as good as it is, has a lot of dangers. And that's why I know from the example given, does loan has a risk? And everybody say, yes, it has a risk. There are lots of risk taking a loan. But for a businessman or a businesswoman, there is no way some businesses you can run away from loan. But just what I always advise is that let it be short tenured. Pay it off quickly, or else you will discover that you are paying twice. By the time you get to some X month, you are paid that thing twice. So you have cooperative society, friends, Shylock borrowers, lenders, and so on. Then you have corporate. Corporate, that's what I just discussed. You have money deposit bank, that's what we call our commercial banks. You have BOI, Bank of Industry. You have them. You have SMEs. You have all those things. Then you have intervention platforms. What are intervention platforms? Oh, we want people to start using solar, if government does that. And now they create an intervention platform in your banks, that anybody that says he wants to start using solar, let him have access to this fund at social rate, which federal government has fixed. That's the way they always fix it. We have for Agege, we have for various areas. So it now depends on how much your bankers love you. Because many times people tell me that when they get there, they can't get anything. But let me tell us something. If you want to enjoy bank loan, It is now, from today, you have to be running your account very well. Usually what people fail to do is that you just want to come to bank, your account has not been serviced all these years, nothing is coming in, nothing is going out in your own business account, and when it gets to intervention, something you want to now go to bank, give me 100,000, they will say no, they won't give you because what happened? They have not seen any, you have not been servicing your account. It's not a loan account now, your own company account, nothing has been coming in, nothing has been going out. They will say no. They want to know you. They call you, are you credit worthy? That's what they just want to know first. Although they have other things which I may not say here, on the tone which they do, our bankers, what they do. So, we have that for corporate. Usually they go to banks. I know Goshen, if they want, Goshen will always go to banks instead of going to private people. They prefer going to banks. They believe they can pay. They will have enough business to pay because that's what the banks look for. Here is your feasibility report. Let us see how you have been doing. Let us see your account for 3 years. Let us see for 5 years backwards. How have you been doing? Many of us fail in banks because banks will ask for all this. Those are the document prerequisite for them giving you a loan. They want to see all those things before they start adding other things. They want to see all those things. Then number 3, I call it hybrid. Both self, partnership, and loan are combined together. It's an hybrid. You will see in the company, 80% is from themselves, 20% is from loan. You can see it in their books. They own 80%, the owners. Then they went for 20% loan, or 90% on their own, they went for 10% loan. That is hybrid. You are combining many before when you are doing this. So, that's just on the surface. There are other various ways, but I just broke them into 3. I said we don't want to say too many things, but anything you want to say will fall into all these 3. Either way. It's either you want a loan, it's either you use your money, it's either collectively you use your money. It will fall into any of those various types. But financing issues to note. Financing issues to note. Number 1, every loan has a risk profile. Why? The force could arise as a result of unforeseen circumstances. You have done every plan. You are sure to receive 5,000 or X naira every month, and out of that you have to pay back your loan. Anything can happen. Once it's business. Look, why is it easy to do business abroad than Nigeria? I will tell you. Policies abroad are more stable. Interest rate changes are very small. So it's easy for him to plan for 10 years. Easily. You can plan 10, 15 years. You know, interest rate cannot go between 1 and 0.5. You are sure. Nobody just changes interest rate because they know it's going to affect a lot of things. So they are very careful. Moving 0.5, 1, that's what they are very careful. So it's easier to plan, to do a long planning. My friend and brother spoke about border closure, and I laughed. What do you want Cabri and Lever Brothers to be saying now? I know very shortly they may retrench those 2 companies because they have the West African leg, Cadbury and Lever Brothers. Their products are sold all through, and I know they cannot sell because since we didn't allow, all those countries are angry with Nigeria, they won't allow Lever Brothers or Cadbury to sell anything. So they are suffering. In other jurisdictions, what government will do is that Cadbury and Lever Brothers and Co., they will go and do what we call special subvention. How much are they losing for this closure? It's federal government that will be paying. That's the way they do it. They call it subsidy, to subsidize the loss, because they too have a market, legitimate, not illegitimate. outside the country. And when you talk about balance of payment or balance of trade, balance of payment or balance of trade does not say, as an economist, if I say, it does not say everything works in your favor. You want to balance it, that's what they call it. You lose here, you gain here. If supposing somebody brings a car into Nigeria illegally, it's because the judiciary is not strong. You bring rice into Nigeria illegally. Once it gets into your shop, no custom dare pick anything, or they will pay dues, because what the judges all over the world says is that, look, and what the law says is that, how did you people allow those things to come in? That means you are not doing your work. That's the way they always do. That's why you are not doing your work. You should not have allowed it to come in. Once it's in, it's another legal issue. It's already inside the country. So they will put all the problem more on the immigration and custom than even those people that how did they get in? So go and work on your own apparatus. Leave these people. If you catch them, bring them to our court, we will charge them. But once it's inside the country, that's why you see abroad, they ensure that anybody that is coming illegally, they don't allow them to get into their, because once that refugee enters with one leg into their country, it's another legal issue, because he has a right. But if you can keep that person outside the border, it's good for you, because by law, I'm not a lawyer, but I know the lawyer is saying, but our judiciary is not really the way it should be. If they have been so strong, they would have made custom and the other people so powerful. Because if they are so powerful, they will make sure those cars do not those rights do not enter, and so on. Because once they enter, they know once they enter, there is nothing we can do. They will say we are the one that failed, not these people. So it's a lot of things when you get to balance of payment or balance of trade. Then the risk profile of loan, changing government policies, what we call policy somersault. We call it policy somersault. They say something today, tomorrow they say another thing. Part of it is the issue of POS. POS, you cannot say you are talking cashless, and people are already used to POS, and suddenly issue of 50 naira just came in. What we are doing, I've seen many people, they went to their bank, collected cash, instead of using POS, collected cash and went to buy fuel. Whereas before they used their card just to, they now went, they don't want to pay that 50 naira, they believe it's not right. I've seen many that they will go and collect cash and now come and pay, because, and I've spoken to Central Bank, I have to say the truth. They said, it's not Central Bank, I should talk to federal government. That they too know it's not right. Because it's like policy somersault. But I was speaking here some months ago to couples about minimum wage. I told them that government will look for that minimum wage from our pockets. I said it, anybody that, I said they will look for it, VAT will increase. Even that time I said VAT will increase. And they will look for any area to tax everybody to pay for that minimum wage. Because the fundamentals in Nigeria does not support. It's not that there is nowhere they can pay. They can pay if they can reduce House of Assembly, all those heavy National Assembly money they are paying, they can pay. But since they are not ready to do that, we are the one that will suffer. And it's unfortunate that those people that are not workers will not be the one to bear the brunt. Workers will have a little bit of cushion. But those people that are retirees or nothing to, or people that are unemployed, all these things will be coming up because they want to pay. They want to pay, and we are the one to pay it. It's the standard. That's the way they do. We always advocate that government should reduce taxes. It's better they reduce taxes, reduce VAT, instead of increasing salary. That one is better for everybody. That one affects everybody. But government don't want that, because the amount of money they are making from VAT, the amount they are making from all those taxes, they don't want to drop it. Because workers are just 12.5% of the whole federation. 12.5. What about the 87? So sometimes when we are arguing on it, what about the 87.5%? What will they do? So we should understand that. Then number 2, financial issue. The longer the loan tenure, the higher the risk, and vice versa. The longer the loan, I want a loan for 1 year. And the person that has a loan for 6 months, although it's not, I'm just giving a general rule. Somebody that has a loan for 1 year may have a perfect plan to pay. Whereas the person that having one for 3 months does not have a perfect plan to pay. But let us use a general rule. The longer the loan is going, the longer the risk of default. That's why the longer the risk of default. So it's better you quickly do it, package it, and get rid of the thing and move on with life than allowing the thing to go. Then there is a lot of bureaucracy with loan, which I've mentioned. Then the issue of collateral. In most setups, the value of the collateral must be at least 200% of the loan value. Some are 300%. And I will tell you one trick. I know my brother Lawore is looking at me. I will tell you one trick of the bankers. I know. Now, this is a simple trick. Number 1, which is genuine, is that they are protecting their money, which is okay. You have to protect the loan. But number 2, which is unwritten, is that you said somebody must bring a collateral. Somebody asked for 100,000. And I said the collateral must be between 250,000 and 300,000. Now, let me use the issue of a house. Somebody came for a loan just to make up a house of 5 million. And they said, go and bring your house. We want to see your papers of your house. Maybe that house, about the time they looked at it in their credit unit, they say, this house is 25 million. They say, even sometimes you bring one, they say they don't want that. They will bring another one. Yeah, we want this one. They check, it's okay. What happened? Number 1, why are they protecting themselves? If you start to default, that's the interest start to compound. Then by the time it gets to maybe 8 million, they now say, this thing, CBN is already on their neck. CBN will now say, initially they will say it's substandard. Number 2, they will say it's doubtful, very doubtful. Then eventually they will say lost. When it is lost, it is taken out of their books, the bank books. You know, whatever may be the value, maybe at that time 8.5 million. The loan was 5. But it was defaulting. It has turned to 8.5 or 9. They take it to a memorandum in their books of their loan schedule. So when you look at their loan schedule, you see, oh, okay, they have few lost cases. They have taken that one off. Now, they are still holding the paper to the house of that something. Now, they will go. They will now present all these accounts. All this one they have taken to memorandum. They will ask, maybe they are X billion. Take it to the board. The board sits. They will now say, okay, we now write. Even it's just 10 minutes discussion. Oh, this so they have made the schedule. This amount, including that 8.3 or 9 million, is already there. This amount totaling so 2.3 billion is now regarded as loss. Let us write them off. So the board will just say, written off. That one goes to other loan losses. We take it from other loan losses, take it out of the profit of the bank. Maybe that year the bank makes over 100 billion. So if you take 2 billion out, they don't know anything, they just take that 2 billion out. It has all ended. That's where I'm going. The bankers will now come. The credit people will now come. You know, they are holding the paper to that house. They will now come and change their face. They change their face, say, this is the paper to your house. You are owing us. You know, it has been written on from the books of the bank. I will now go We will get that money. They will say we will get that money. They will get the house from the person. They get the house from the person. What was the value of the house? Maybe by that time the value of the house was already 30 million because it continued to appreciate. They will sell, they will get the house. Somebody pays that 9 point something million that actually is what is owing. That house, the owner of that house is owing. And then they now get that house and buy it for themselves. I'm telling you some... They pay for that thing with 9 point something and now get 30 million out, personal. And then now sell it if he likes. Then make the difference. I'm telling you some secrets about loan. That's why loan is very difficult. They have already paid the bank. They say, oh, don't worry. The bank does not care again. They are paid. It's usually by credit people that does such. Credit people in the credit department that does such. So they just paid the money, 9 point something million, and get the house through a third party. Then they sell it off. They have made a lot of gain. They have taken the house from the person. So loan has so many delicate things. Collateral. That's the issue of collateral. And there's no way you must put a collateral if you are having loan. Why some people are not getting loan is that there is no collateral. Do you know that you can use your own account as collateral? Your own normal account. When you don't put anything in your account and you want a loan, they say they won't give you a loan. They won't. But if you have something in your account, they say, okay, we have something to, because we call it, they always say, they will say, although Central Bank does not like it, they say, what is the collateral for this loan? They will say, it's current account. Central Bank does not like that. But the banks have always been getting away with it. They will just say it's the current account of the person or the social account of the person. But they will give it if they are convinced. So even if you are thinking about loan, it's from now. You should be putting something in your normal account. Let it just be there. So that if you want to go for a small loan, they will look at it, or this is somebody that I've been dealing with his or her account. Then I talk about the issue of quality and acceptable guarantors. They will always take guarantors. Like me, I don't give guarantee to anybody. It's a policy. Because it has its own danger. Even the Bible says it. That say, it was only you, don't give, Proverbs always warn, don't give shorty to anybody. Because be careful giving shorty to people. He knows what he's saying. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Because if that person fails, the first obligor is the person that loans. The second obligor is usually the guarantor. So the first obligor, if he fails, they will go for the second obligor. And then when it comes, they present your check or whatever it is, you are in trouble as a guarantor. Maybe you are forgotten. They will just come one day and call you, sir, we saw that you guaranteed so person. Then you are in trouble. So we must always, even it's usually very long. I've guaranteed a friend before, and they called me about 3 years after. Maybe I escaped because they knew I was a top person in Central Bank. They couldn't, because they were calling me from the bank. And I told the person, do you know who we are calling? It was then now said that there's no way you can touch my money. But if it's another person, they will do it. That you can't touch my money. I now say, don't worry, I will call the person myself. I now called him. Oh boy, go and pay these people. They are calling me. He said, that I've told them I'm going to pay. But I know he has resolved it. But if it's other cases, they will go for the guarantor. And say, we go collect the money. If it's not that I've retired, maybe they will attempt to go for me. You guarantee something. But that time, I said, do you know who you are talking to? They said, I'm sorry, sir. That quickly dropped the case. That's Oboju. It's not always the it's not always the case. Then another issue. How do you hedge a new business loan? How do you hedge? What is hedge? I know my brother Odunlami will know hedge. What do you mean by hedging? I think many of us don't know. It's a big problem. What do you mean by hedging? We do it in investment, we do it in loan. And I don't want about language to talk. I know he will know what is hedging. What is edge? Okay, let me just say edge. I believe that's one thing in business. You see it in investment. That's one area we fail. And I will tell you with a practical example. I just did a function about 1.5 weeks ago. My plan and my strategy was, I was depending on one account. But many years ago, I've discovered that you can't do anything. You have to edge accounts. If you don't edge accounts, anyone can fail. So I've already done the edging. If I've waited for the second one because there is an issue down with my bankers, because they held my fund for 4 days, which they said I should write a letter of protest. CBN said I should write a letter of protest. They want to take it up. It was deliberate. They were using it to do whatever. They call it overnight investment. If I have depended on that one, it will have been a disaster for me. But what I did was I hedged the two weeks apart. That means if this one fails, this one won't fail. That's what they call edging. You must edge everything in life as you are going on. That's why in business, edging. You talk about form. Pastor Shinyabola, maybe I will digress. Do you know there is a form? Before we have locks and the other one, the same company, locks and the other one that look like locks. I've forgotten the name. Joy. You know there is locks, there is joy. Which one is more expensive among the two? Locks is more expensive. But you will discover that locks and joy is from the same company. You will ask yourself, why are they doing that? It's an economic sense. That's a form in another form, which I wanted to discuss initially. It's tactical, in what we call price discrimination. Do you know, let me tell you the truth. Joy and locks are the same. The only thing is that they put perfume in one. The other one, they don't put perfume. They said this one 100 naira. They said this one 70 naira. It is the same thing. What they are trying to do is create a form that if you don't fall to the upper one, you will fall to the lower one. So every money still comes to the same company. AG, somebody mentioned AG in their house. Do you know AG has another form? It's information. iSense is AG China. It's the same thing. But AG does not want to change. You know, it's more in the top upper range. They don't want to bring down their price. So tactically they went to go for iSense and now drop price. And I said, you will do. If you are a technical person, go to the components at the back, open the two. You will discover that AG and iSense is virtually the same thing. It's just form. Anywhere you want to flow to, they are there waiting for you. That's the taxes they do. So it's a form of edging. If you are not selling edge, we'll be selling iSense. If you are not selling locks, we'll be selling joy. It's a taxes everybody do. They are edging. And in loan for a new business, and that's why I say a big problem. How do you edge a new business? I'm talking about issues. You know, so many people open so many businesses. I've seen many subsidiaries, banks, many subsidiaries. You will discover that the bank is doing well. Subsidiary A and B is doing well. C and E, they are not doing well. Why are they not worried? They have edged everything with all the rest. If this one fails, this one are doing well. That's edging in another form. For a new business, we are trying to start. How do you edge? Supposing it's not giving you what you want. Where will you fall to help you? Which other business will you fall into? That's why I say it's an issue for a new business. Which one will you fall into to help you show your losses here? You are making your gain elsewhere. So is a problem that we have with new businesses. So, financing, loan, that is the problem I have with loan. BOI, we ask you for so many things. Bank of Industry. SME, we ask for so many things. Intervention platform, we have so many things. If you are going for loan, now, just as Brother Ludami said, try to put everything, work on everything. Let it be written down. Let it be corporate governance. Let there be corporate governance, because those are the things they are going to look at. If you want those loans, it's not that they will not want to give it to you, but when they get there, nothing. Like my friend I told you other time, I say he has been praying to God that God will give him millions and millions of business. And one day a business came in an organization, and I said, okay, we are about to give you this something. We are going to issue check to you. And so the next he told me, say, I don't have a bank account. I just walked away. I said, you say you are praying to God for millions, and now we now want to give you a check. We now want to give you a check that it must go into your corporate. You are not telling me that thing I've used it a long time. I just say, please. It seems you don't know what you are saying. We just walked away. So everything we have from now, no matter who we are, let us make that business. Let it work from now. So let me go to investment issues. I know so many issues will come from investment issues because of time. Investment issues, please. Investment issues first. I want to discuss about investment issues first. Number one, you save to spend, you spend to save. That's always a slogan. You save to spend and you spend to save. Don't be like my friend that always look at his bank account and be smiling. Because more zeros are coming. He's likely, I'm sorry, my friend from the southeast, he likes that thing. Say, oh, my bank account, the number of zeros, he's laughing every day. He does not want to spend. You see him wearing tatas, he doesn't want to spend. He just will be reading figures in his statement of account. That's what he enjoys. I told him one day, I pray, God will not say, oh boy, it's time. It's time to come. He will be laughing when he sees his bank account at the end of the month that money has come, but he won't spend. But you save to spend, you spend to save. Now, number two, there is no small amount to save. I believe that if me like this have taken a chance many years ago, even to be saving 5,000, only God knows how much it's going to be now. Just save 5,000 out of that money. Just save it somewhere. There's no small amount to save. If you ask our mothers, how much did they use to start their business that time? When they tell you, we say, with this amount, and it has been, yes, say it's that little amount I started with. Many of us think that until when it's millions, before we can start, that little amount can turn over time. I will tell you, last year, April, we started April 23. By today, it has turned over 10 times. I'm not saying, by today, it has turned over 10 times. Just that thing we just started, 10 times today. Go and look at the account. It has turned itself over 10 times. So it may look so little. If you manage it very well, you see the way it starts turning. So now, in investment balance, the more the yield, the more the risk, and vice versa. You see, investment and loan is different. Slightly different. In investment, the more, I want more, then the more the risk. This will give me more, then the more the risk. That's investment. This one will give me less, then the lesser the risk. That's how investment is. So it's now, how gullible are you? And that's what keep many people with MMM. You know, they were They don't know that that won't kill them with MMM. As you yield more the thing will come down. So you have to understand that. Number 4, investment is painful at the beginning because hard-earned money is taken out. It's being parted away with. It's always painful. How can somebody come say, give me $500,000, and you know you are giving somebody and you don't know whether that thing will come? But when the person start enjoying it, everybody will say, see, it's enjoying, but it's painful. It's painful to give it out. It's painful because you don't want to let it go. Then, number 5, investment targets may fail due to many unforeseen circumstances. It does not mean you didn't plan. But sometimes, see what happened to treasury bills now. It's a disaster. You ask yourself, and I've been asking, although they gave me one aspect why I've asked my friends in CBN, what made them to bring that idea? They said they discovered that the intervention fund that are given to farmers, you know, they gave them for agric. They gave them 2 million, 3 million, go and do it to farm. They discovered that they are seeing inside treasury bill. Instead of them using it to farm, what were they doing? They were coming to sow, and that they are seeing it on daily, regular basis. That's why federal government took that decision. But you see, when policies are given, it has its own side effects. Some people are genuine. What do you do about retirees? That's their security. So there are issues. Any decision you take, policies always swing like this. So you now stop everything, and now rate went so much down. And you now want only banks, corporate organizations, and foreign to be doing treasury bill. It will have its own side effects again. When government needs money, the rate will shoot so much up that they won't know how they are going to handle it. But for now, that is the situation of foreseen circumstances. Investment decisions may be faulty or wrong. It happens. You targeted this way, but it wasn't the way eventually. Then, another one, are you putting all your eggs in one basket? That's what I call the hedging strategy. If you are going to investment too, you must hedge. If you lose in fixed deposit, you must gain maybe in bond. You have to be ready. If you are losing this, you must be ready for another one that will help you so that you won't feel too much pain. Are you hedging even your investment? Just as I talk about loan, are you hedging your investment? The one I told you earlier was that ab initio 2016 I've hedged my investment. That if this one happen, this one won't happen. But because that's the way how we are trained. So see that you don't put everything together. Then, are you hedging? And I like that passage. Ecclesiastes 11:1. It says, ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. You see, if the Bible is complete, investment, that's investment. Ecclesiastes, Solomon, telling you invest in many ventures, various. So when I see this one selling children's wear, selling this, what they always say that if this one does not sell, I will sell this. We just told somebody now, he's doing one business, say, but this other business you know, and you have been doing well there. Now you are looking for money. Why don't you start this one? When this one, you say there's no job, people are not building, why don't you sit with this? Anytime this one comes, you put somebody here, you go and do this one. When you are finished, you come back. You now say, maybe you can do the two. That you have to edge the two businesses. You have to edge it because you can't get a straight line in business. Sometimes it's wobbling, and even it's wobbling up and down, up and down. It's wobbling. Then the last one that I just put there, just issues. Do not invest in ventures you are not used to. And that's what I call, what did I call it? The graveyard of retirees. That's the bracket. The graveyard of retirees. Do not invest in ventures you are not used to. That's the graveyard of many retirees. That's what ends their life. You are not used to it. You know when Saul gave the armor, his armor to David, and the Bible said that David was about moving. David couldn't move. You remember what he said? Say, sir, let me put on I'm not used. I'm used to fighting the bear with running with my cloth alone. I'm used to fighting lion without me and all this. This one, if he has gone to meet Goliath like that, Goliath will have pulled off his head. If he has gone like that, he will have pulled off his head because he won't be able to move. What this movement is making, he will just say, you. He just, because before he can raise his hand, he would just have got him. So, if you are not used to it, and that's why, whether it's him or my brother Shiebola talk about what do you have passion for. If you have passion for something, it's better for you. You are used to it. It's easier for you to handle that. And then, if you can't do that, just what they have said, go and do training. Learn. Some people are learning business, trading. It's not you want to do full stuff. You go and do trading first. Go to market. Let somebody be your friend. Learn from them because they know the ropes. They're from